Hello everyone and welcome back to some Bahamut Lagoon. Let me check if I'm recording, and it seems I am. So, we're back, and it's... whoa, we already saved. And it's chapter 12 now. Well, this is a kind of funny chapter, in a way, because you get one choice to make. But first, let's concentrate on what they tell us. Forgive you for what? What did you exactly do? Let me move the microphone a bit. Whoops, I hit the stand. Sorry about that. If it was hearable. Why? Why, actually? Why would that be? Yo-Yo is still herself. Why would you not be yourself? They don't answer that much. I think maybe it's because you kinda can hear the dragons inside your head, and maybe, just maybe, some people can go insane because of that. I'm just guessing. But yeah, in case of Yo-Yo, she's basically the same person. So I don't know why he's saying this. Maybe because he's not of the bloodline? I would guess that. And those, judging by their looks, will be the baddies. But why would they choose him? And how did he actually do this, that if he's not of the Kana bloodline, he can actually enable dragon speaking mode? I don't think they answered that as well. Don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong here, maybe I don't remember that, but I have a feeling that they didn't. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Also, you guys look like monsters, so... Huh. Why would you want peace? Because, as far as we've met you, you kinda wanted to kill us. And this dragon doesn't look too friendly as well, but the design is cool as heck. It's kind of a dragon scorpion thing. Poison dragon, I would guess, or dark dragon. So yeah, told you, they look like demons. Yeah, guardians, of course. Yeah. Okay, so you do know that they're choosing you, but how did you put that in motion? Well, going by the feats alone, and adding to that maybe strength of character or will, you are kinda more suitable than Yo-Yo to do this. Yeah. Oh, I like the ominous music they give us here. Shame I can't do... Well, I wanted to try one thing I said in the previous video, but I forgot about it, so maybe we will... just let me try one thing. Maybe it will be more hearable if I do this, but... Maybe now. But let me check. The equalizer is looking kinda on the verge of being correctly. So I don't want my voice to distort that much. Oh. I don't know if he knows the pain of fighting like that. Well, probably does. He was kinda hands-on with all the fighting. We actually saw that. And we had our asses kicked by him. Yeah. Kinda, that's why I meant by better suited than Yo-Yo for now. But how do you exactly give him the power to read those minds? That's what interests me. Was it because of that one encounter with Yo-Yo and Valitora the First Dragon? That you were present and quite close, that maybe something happened and you awoken to the power of reading the dragon minds, or... No, but they say that they will give him that power, so they'll have to give it now. So it's not exactly the same. Wonder what it is that they're doing. This one doesn't look like he has particularly nice thoughts. Yeah, not that type of a dragon, doesn't look like it. Though the Empire had a dragon in their basement, that seems to be a thing. Which is not great, because it would mean that we would have to get it. And yeah, we will have to get him. Yeah, as you can see, the spy operation. So it's kind of a funny one, I would say. I think we do. I mean, information is crucial in a war, especially if you're on the side that does the guerrilla warfare, you know. Alright, let's. What? Why? Won't mind dying? That doesn't sound very well. Nor do you give them that much hope when you start with that. And who? I don't know if it's as much as he doesn't mind dying. I think it's more of a... He didn't understand that because he's so dense, you know? Or in his case, maybe daft would be even more appropriate, but... Yeah, see? Him? He's old. Oh, I choose someone, and if he dies, it's all on me because I did the wrong choice. Okie doke. Yeah, thought as much. So, we get to pick. If we ask Dunphan, we get a silly scene. If we ask a crew member, unfortunately, the crew member will die. If we ask Sandak, we also get a silly scene, but this one is kinda important. Well, maybe not important, but you get something out of it, and you don't get that thing when you ask the previous guys. Also, Metalite has bullshitting on a pretty high level, so I think he actually is the best out of all of those. So let's pick Metalite. You told me to choose, man. And you stood there, so how should I know you didn't wanna? Yeah, he does that. He pulls a fast one on Taicho, unfortunately, but you know, Taicho is actually known as well. He was the captain of Mahal's, well, Knight Squad, and you know, but he could be, you know, Lestat thought he ran, and maybe others think he's dead or lost, or, well, cowered and run away from the war, so maybe he is a good pick. But he's so gullible, he just went with it. Unfortunately. What is it, boy? What's happening? What did you find? Also, why did he choose the most oddball of all the dragons to fly on? I don't know. Really, I don't know. But yeah, you would want to do this because you get the Princess question mark item. And if you want that black dragon, that special type of dragon, you want all the princess items. I think his name was the black dragon. It's not the same black dragon that I... Maybe it wasn't the black dragon then. But it's not the same dragon that I, well, got when I was feeding the mushrooms. It's not the one that you get from that fidelity or something stat. It's not that dragon. That dragon that you get from the princess items is a special type of dragon which has a random attack selection, and it randoms out of every light and dark dragon selection attack there is. So it is a special one. I always had one of them in my playthroughs, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I did one because I didn't like the way some of the dragons looked. But honestly, the light and dark forms are the best looking forms there is out of everything. So that's another way to think about it. So I would prefer probably light and dark than that. But I will show you show you that one when I get enough of those items. There's, I think, 6 items in total, and they're spread out through the whole game basically, and the last one we get quite late. But I will show you each and every form when we get the last one. They have the same attacks, but I will show you how the form look when in the feeding menu, you know? Yeah, what happened, man? Oh? He snatched that quick as heck for a dude clad in heavy armor with a quite a tummy on the foreground. You are exceptionally fast. Or is that only the breastplate that looks like that? We can't be sure. I mean, yeah, it's Metalite we're talking about. What did you want? Cookies? Cocoa? A warm hug and... welcome, my boy? No, that's Metalite. You won't get that. Oh, that is... in this time of the game, this is actually quite a news. Because you wouldn't expect that to be the case with the Empire that took control of basically all the lagoons and kingdoms quite quickly. Okay. That's why they're in disarray. Yeah, you would expect that. Okay, I won't tell you what this reminds me of, but there was a certain World War II officer on not the good side of the war that was exactly kind of like that he was happy of the leader's illness in one moment in history and time. But we won't talk about that now. Let's just focus on the Grambella's Empire. Yeah, it's, as you can imagine, the fat and bald one that's laughing. And it's actually quite similar to the general that I was thinking about in history. Also, Taicho, you're not even in the skies. He's standing there on the left. Let me get the cursor. I don't like to do this, but here you have, if you didn't see Taicho. Well... and as you can probably imagine, he will go a little bit mental. Famous last words. And what did he tell him? Everything's gonna be fine. You are the chosen ones. No, probably not that. Yeah, doubtful he said that. I mean, you get in contact with a... let me move the microphone a bit again. With a powerful entity that, if he wanted to, could probably crush your mind and delete the people standing here without much problem. And he actually promises you this? I don't know, dude. It sort of seems like a ruse, you know? To free him and give him more power and make you suffer. Kinda sounds like that. No one said that the holy dragons are good. It's just that they're powerful and part of a legend. No one said that they're good. And no one said that they would help. You know? So it's kinda debatable if you ask me if you can believe them right out of the bat. And it's definitely true that there are dragons with different characters, you know? So you could have some pretty cheeky ones there that want to do bad things. It's pretty believable, if you ask me. I don't know if I want to precisely say it's like that, but it's kind of what I think, you know? It is a little like that. In their conversations we can see differences in their personalities, but I would like to think kind of expanding on that, you know? Yeah, I remember. Though, how? Something's cooking. The Rock knew. The Rock knew something is cooking. Need to find out more, cause that ain't good, you know? That ain't good. So Lestat didn't die. Even more ominous music. You... What the heck? You hid into... You didn't even know whose bed this is. Well, should have hid under it, not in it. Also, how in the heck that it happens that they cannot see you lying there? That's what I would like to know. The man could smoke you. I wouldn't think it's pitifulness. I think he's rather concerned. It is I! No, dude. No, it will not be that. About the internal struggle, we have the internal struggle for power. It is good writing. It is good writing. Even though it's kinda exaggerated with how they behave here, as you can see, but the writing is okay. Like I said, this seems, in a lot of cases, like a quickly strewn game to, you know, to help your company between bigger games and get some money in, but it's surprisingly well made in some areas. Though some other areas I cannot wrap my mind why they made certain decisions, like why, being view on the adventure map, we cannot access any form of menu to check our equipment, stats, items. I don't know why, we can only do that in the mission selection menu. That's kinda weird. Though in earlier... I'm kinda wondering if... No, that wouldn't be the case. I was wondering how about Fire Emblem games, early games, but intermissions weren't done like that. We didn't have free roam in that sense, not in the early ones. Maybe in the Game Boy Advance ones. Cannot remember, it's been a long time since I played those, but that gave me an idea. Maybe we should dive into a Fire Emblem game. I was talking about them and I played some strategy games similar to that and I made frequent comparisons, so maybe that would be a good idea. Okay, totally not evil man. Of course. I mean, this is actually true. I would be scared as heck on his side, being on the heart of the enemy empire and not having any weapons or any means of escaping because you don't know the place, and suddenly 4 of the top enemy troops come into one small room and you're standing there with your pants down basically. So either it's hide in the closet, under the bed, in the bed, or I don't know where, or jump through the window, I guess. Okie doke. Why would you trust him like that after the way he welcomed you? I don't know, but... Why? Weren't you listening? Also, you could say good work, good job, or... I'm happy that you're back in one piece, Taicho, but... Guess that's above you. Yeah, that's something I also don't understand, because I do not remember that part. Yeah, like I said, none of the bloodline, so it probably puts a considerable strain on him. Of course he will. And he knows where one is, the Valitora one. Shouldn't know where the one in Mahal is, because supposedly no one knows. But in practice, we actually knew where to go to search for him, so that's so much for no one knows. Yeah, gotta do that. I think they actually will be. This is actually a true statement. Kinda breaking the fourth wall a bit, but they actually will be. Kinda. Definitely right here. Okay, dude, yeah, we've heard that the first time. Okay, supposedly you do find them before him. How do you revive Kana with only that? What the heck? Oh. What? What? Like in the air, or I didn't want to do that. I pushed up because I wanted to move left and right, couldn't move left and right, pushed up, and this happened. Wanted to talk to Sandak or anyone, but alas. Yeah, let me go back inside for a moment. I want to buy stuff. I actually wanted to, yes. Or not. Is there the mushroom guy? I kinda would like to talk to the mushroom guy. And honestly, I would like to try one executor. And one crescent. How about you? You're the mushroom guy or the book guy? This will be a hard one, dude. Why are you guys talking about Muni Muni? Not only that the dragon looks like out of a nightmare, there are two dudes talking about it. Oh, of course I will. Oh, that's great for the battlefield salesman. Also, I want more of those heals. They're cheap and they are pretty important when feeding dragons weird stuff. Okay, back to the dragons, my dude. Back to the dragons. Feed first. So, first off, we want you to have maxed out elements. Nearly done it. Not exactly. So have 2 diamond armors as well. Good. Vitality needs a bit of work. Dexterity needs a bit of work as well. How about you? You're pretty good with what you got, I have to say. Elements are fine. Let's try upping the dex a bit. Whoa, that's a lot of ropes. What will that do? Oh, vitality and light. That's actually extremely good. That's actually what I wanted. Now the other guys. You also need that lightning element. Unfortunately, I want the diamond jacket, cause it's light armor, and the dudes here kinda need a bit of light armor. Better light armor, cause I don't have the good stuff on them. What did that give? Well, it actually is good for me, but let's hold off on that for a moment. Let's hold off on that for a moment. So, ice brands. Maybe you don't need the water, but you do need the attack. Oh. Okay. Was kinda weird, but the dude wants to, the dude wants to. Now, some silk ropes, please. 5 of them. Some vitality and some light. For, well, strategy book maybe. Cause the wisdom on you. And more decks. Why not? You, my dear sir, would need a bit more vitality, you know? And you're quite close with the poison. Guess I'll give you the gross mushroom. Or was that the rotten one? No, I think it was the gross one. Yeah. No, we don't want that. Definitely give him the heal, that's why I bought so much of him. Here you go, my dude. And some armor for you to chomp on, cause you have low... I think you even have the lowest vitality, or one of the lowest ones. So a plate mail. Yeah. And some ice armor. For now we'll stay at this. It's not like that thing he told you, and when we had the tutorial, he said that you do not want to overfeed the dragons. That's basically BS, because you can feed them as much as you want. You just need to counteract the bad status effects that give you those weird forms, such as the bad dragon. Because it's not like you can't counteract that, and the dragons are basically bottomless void pits when it comes to food, so yeah. Can go with the Cocytus since everyone's full on water. Whoa, his strength is quite high. And let's give him some flame grasses. Let's go with 12. Okay, for now that would be good. Looks decent. How we're doing with the time? 27 minutes. I don't think that's appropriate to get the story mission going. I wonder if we can do a side mission here. We should. I don't think it's blocked in any way, shape or form. I don't think any story mission blocks the side missions. Whoa! That's a Zergor Tyrannid stuff. That's a Tyrannid stuff. That is one of those. Christ almighty. Nice. Got that flame tongue that we found in the chest. Gosh darn it, I forgot about that one diamond armor to give this guy. Okay, well, Crescent is quite nice. Now, she has the diamond jacket. Also, do you want the Guardian? Let's give her the Guardian. Well, you have the diamond one, but you guys don't. So here have it. But Reeve, which is one of my best lancers, just because, I will give him the better weapon. Now Yo-Yo. Okay, looks quite okay. So, like I said, let's for science this stuff. We want Nelbow to get here with Sandak. Maybe we want this sort of a party. Well, I'll be missing Sandak headlining one. Which one do I prefer? You have the same model? Yeah, it's just different colored clothing. I like blue color the most, so we'll go with Ectarina. I mean, okay. Let's see how that works. And like I said, it's probably not enough time to tackle a full story mission, so let's go with a bonus dungeon. I need level or 2, and I need more stuff to feed the dragons with. Definitely. Also, let's see the new summon, and let's see how my new summon group works. So, what is this? A Corsair, yeah? Blitzmagus, and that's probably a Garumpel and a Murderer. Okie doke. So, like I said, let's see the new guys. Let's see how Leviathan works and looks. Come on. Cool. I would say cool. So this should be an element attack. Yeah, as you can see, it's an element attack and it works quite fine. Yeah, that's why having 2 summoners on one team is extremely powerful. Like, really it is. And that's why I didn't want it at first, because we would have a lot of damage and they would suck up a lot of XP by themselves, so, you know. But we can also see how the improved black mages work. Although I don't think it's higher. I think we got the max elemental powers. Although I do like that team. I will be wondering if we get in the future someone to not put a maybe cheeky light armor in, so they can have better positioning. It depends, it really does. Let's go Ice Breath. And around this time I would also like to focus, if I can, because sometimes we cannot go as close as I would want, on defeating the enemies with light or dark attacks. Such as poison hits, you know, for example. I don't think that will be enough, but let's see. Because well, it was nearly enough. Just need more poison damage. I mean poison stat. Was nearly enough. Need to work on that. But for that I would need the mushroom seller. And he wasn't there. I didn't have access to him. Maybe when we finish the additional side mission, maybe he will be there, you know? Because I kinda need his help here. And why am I saying this is because you would want to look at the light and dark dragon territory quite soon, if not now, because that would be a very good power up and where we are in the game, and a very welcomed one at that. So yeah, please be sure to look into that. I was looking for Sendak. This will need some getting used to, you know? Will he attack? No. Okay. Good, good, good. Let's move Yo-Yo. Let's do... Oh, no, we can't do that. Not the correct team, unfortunately. Okay, so let's just put ourselves somewhere in this vicinity. Kinda would like to nuke the walls so the guys would have an easier way of getting through. And I think I'll do that. We have a full mage team, so that's more than enough MP to get into the nuking territory right away. In range, in range. Hopefully, he'll not suicide himself against Twinhead, and well, no, he shouldn't, he has a lot of HP left, so even Twinhead attacks once again should be enough. Not you. Okie doke. That's why I wanted to do this. Otherwise she would need to go all the way around, which would not be ideal. And as you can, or cannot remember, in side missions you don't get the bonus XP, so every XP you earned, you have to earn it by defeating an enemy squad or enemy squad member. Okay. Let's see how much they do and how much Twin Head does in retaliation. Because I need to judge the strength of my next attack then. Okay, that was quite steep. That was near 1,000. No, not bad, but I don't know if I can take care of them with one attack now. Let's see. Should be able to with my Lancers. As you saw, the Lancers are pretty powerful. Though I will use a Poison Dust for that, and I don't know how much will that do. Enough. Great. Have some questions about that, but I don't know. Guess we won't get the answers for them. How much? 1,000. Yeesh, that's pretty powerful. Why did we get a rapier out of it, though? Not sure. Not sure about that. We probably will eat a Lancer Ritter Javelin Toss, but should be fine. The Garumple shouldn't have enough movement to get to Zora. And depending on... No, he didn't block the way. So that's okay. Doesn't matter that much. Will you snipe someone? No. So let's move like this. For the most part we have healing magic and summons now. So need to take that into account. Whoa. Wonder if I move here, will I be able to reach? No. Unfortunately not. So I will stand here. Problem is, they do have big pools of magic, both of the summoners, but do you really want to use it on just one guy? I don't know. I mean, it would do good damage, and it would probably... You know what? We won't do anything. Let's have him attack like that. I'm just wanting to set up for the next turn. If they're sufficiently low and will not die, maybe I will give... Okay, that was close. Maybe I will get some poison attacks in still. Okay, okay. So we're slightly worse on the magic defense department. It's not good that you're blocking the way then. Okay, you're dead, because he'll do an AoE. Whoa, that was a pretty weird funky slash. Oh, so you're hell-bent on using this. The AI actually thinks which attacks to choose most of the time as well, which is cool. The one part that I don't know is why they did earth attacks against flying dragons that didn't do anything. But okay. Sometimes it is like that. So plan didn't work out correctly. I don't want to do too much with Bew, because he is over-leveled. Well, no, I would like to get at least one level or two on him still. So maybe... Ha, you missed. But that's the least of my worries right now, that to Bew to get more XP, you know? We actually want all the others to get some first. Let's go with Valitora. Well, it's basically the same, but it's non-elemental. So let's go first with the non-elemental, since there are mages here. And I don't remember which type of mages there are. Probably Blitz, so we should be... No, those are the master ones. But that was decent. We want some armor to feed our dragons. That was actually good. Now, let's move you guys a bit. Okay, that is actually very good positioning. I'm kinda surprised. I probably won't move Zora, as she's being shielded right now by Reeve. But I will move Ectarina's team. Unfortunately, that was not enough to attack. And that was also not in range. Thought it... No, he was a bit at the back. Zeros? Yeah, good. He actually increased his defense stat before the battle, so that helps as well. How much will that do? Enough, it seems. Well, kinda. One guy's still standing. Reeve was in range of the Lancer. Why didn't he actually act then? Okay, like this. So that basically amounted to nothing, as we healed all the damage. Will you be in range? No, you won't be. Dude, why? But actually, we want to attack. 'Cause I would try the poison once again. No, it's not the highest level of all my techniques, but I need the poison grasses. And if Salamando chimes in, yeah, we can defeat them with the poison attacks. So we should get poison drops or dark drops. So this will be excellent. It wasn't enough by itself. Interesting. It's probably just a few HP left on them. But we had to use everyone's SP for that. Not ideal, but we're near the end of this one. BK didn't get a level. Classic. Now, finish off the dudes. I mean, they won't be able to finish them off, but he would do okay damage. And I think I'm a little bit too far away to snipe every one of them with a summon. Yeah, definitely not every one of them, but we'll do decently. Let's hit it. On the next turn we'll hit more of them. I hope. Whoa! Yeah, I forget how much damage that does. And if you're wondering, there are no more summoners in the game that you can use to even further power up, so don't get your hopes up like that. Let's go with the good old Thunder Dust. Didn't do that in a while. Good, we had that one diamond armor that we're constantly missing for that one dude. So it should be usable. You're dead. Okay, got some flame vests. That would be an agility also item. So that's good as well. Want a Thunder Gale to destroy the gate here. Didn't finish him off. The dragon will, but... curious element. Probably first out of the list, that's why he chose it. It's a shame that the dragons don't also have their preferred elements, like Thunderhawk preferring thunder attacks, etc., you know. Let's see if sleep will work. It is quite powerful. Level 30 sleep. Well, it's nearly what I was looking for. Fire. Okay, and it didn't actually wake them up, which is nice. Though a little heal, but that's a baby heal, so it's okay. Okay, I wonder if I'm in javelin range. I should be. And that's why I like sleep, because you just get baby hits if not everyone is asleep. And that's a lot less damage, as you can see. That shouldn't be big damage. Yeah. Should be able to hit both of them with a summon still. We'll see about that, but I think we should be able to. And as you can see, different elements in all of their attacks. That's why he chose Earth. That's pretty smart of you, Salamando. Pretty smart of you. So, let's see. First off, the mage here. Should be, yeah, in range of a javelin throw, and we'll go with the poison dust. As we want more poison materials, like I said. Is this enough? This is enough, sorry. 2 poison grasses and 1 Cassandra. Great. And a level. Always nice. Now, are you in range for a summon attack? Yes, you are. So that should end this. Their summons are kinda cool here. But like I said, I kinda am disappointed that they didn't do that for the well, not exactly. Also, one dude got healed. I should have remembered that their element. I saw that in the battle just now and commented on that. That's why we should have used Valitora, but well, Valitora's drops would have been okay as well, because it could be armor and we could get defense plus dexterity like that, so yeah, it wouldn't be that bad. Oh, really? Let's just, you know what, let's just get this, because that way we can open up some ways to get to him. And maybe he will... Oh, and BK got a level. Maybe he will kill him now. With the Terra Break, probably. No, Hellfire. Okay, done. And mission 1. Good, good, good. So let's see if we get access to the mushroom guy in the intermission. Because I'm in need of some shrooms, man. Please, mushroom guy. Ah, we have the salesman here. And alas, the mushroom shop. We're gonna buy a buttload of mushrooms. Honestly, give me all the mushrooms you have. Because I kinda need them. Maybe weird, but... I wonder if there's something more. No. Same old. So yeah, I'll do 2 or 3 more of those missions, and then we'll jump into the story mission in the next one. How long was this? 48, whoa. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye, take care, cześć!